Hello guys. So welcome to the next module of this course of data analysis and visualization with Power BI. So we have done with the data modeling part. We have created our model. We have loaded the data. We have done a lot of things. Till now, we have initially learned how to clean up the data using Power Query, and then we have learned how to work on the modeling part. So we have resolved the modeling challenges and we have loaded our data. Inside that, also we have learned a lot of things inside that. So definitely, if any question you have before that, you please ask me. And now we are moving forward for two important topics. One of them, the first one, definitely a main purpose to create the reports. The main course part is visualizations. We'll start creating the reports. We'll start putting up the visualization. We'll see how to make the reports good looking, when to use which kind of chart, how can we use import, how can we import the different how can we import the other visuals into Power BI from Power BI cloud services. How can we take other visuals? How can we use them? Okay, all those parts, handling the interaction between the visuals, and slowly we'll move forward to add extra columns and extra measures which are required with the DEX expressions. Yeah. So as I told you initially, if you remember that this is the canvas which we get first for creating any visuals on the page. So this is our blank canvas. Here inside that, here we have three panels, like the filters panel, which we'll talk in some time in this module only. Here then we have the visualizations panel where we have all the visualizations available, and we can import some custom visuals as well as per our requirements. And the last one is the fields panel where we have all the fields imported from your data set. Okay, so using these fields only we'll create different visualizations. First, what I want to display, I want to display my total number of units. Okay, so as soon as I click on total number of units, it selects by default gives me a clustered column chart, but I want to convert it into a clustered bar chart. So I'll convert it into a bar chart, and I want to see it by I want to see this total number of units by as per manufacturer. So I'll put the manufacturer name. I'll select the manufacturer name. It will give me the units by manufacturer. Great. I'm able to get my answer what I wanted. Good. So here, if I make you aware about this panel, let's understand this panel what it is. We have created the chart, but we have not decided what to put in the access field and what to put in the values field. It has been done by Power BI itself. But let me explain you what exactly is the meaning of these things. When we selected the manufacturer field, it has automatically put them into the access field, into the access area. And here in the values, in the values section, definitely you will use a measurement, a measure in which we have done the calculation. So it's a measure. If I see go on to the generally the measures are into the sales fact table. So if we see the measures, what we have here, we have the revenue and the units. For this example, right now I'm interested to see the units for this chart. So I have taken units and Power BI has placed into the values. Okay. There is an optional legend field as well. So in case if you want to put the manufacturer name in the legend as well, yes, you can. But it will create that in different colors. If you put the legend field, the manufacturer name in the legend field, it will make it a multicolor chart. So that's also a beautiful example how to make a multicolor chart uh, in a bar chart. When we are selecting the bar chart, how to make it a multicolor option. Or let's say suppose I don't have the legend right now here. I go back to my the previous position only. Now let's talk about this point. What exactly is this format pen? It's kind of a paint brush kind of a button. So if you click on this button, that allows us to do the formatting. And we can see all the options here. A lot of options are available for the formatting. So we can see first of all axis options. On the x-axis, we have the million value, the values. There's like 0 million, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. We have these values. So if I go on to x-axis, it is in linear style. The scalar type is linear. If you want to make it a log, something like that, the value is in 110, something like that, then you will go to the log. But the linear looks much better. So I'll convert it once again to the linear. Okay. You can put the start value and the end value right now by default, as per your from data range. From the range of your data, it is automatically adjusting between the 0 million and 3 million because the maximum sales which we have is somewhere around 2.99 million. So it's somewhere around adjusting to 3 million. Okay, so we can adjust the values what you want. If you you need to put up some values here, start and end value, it will change the values. For example, if I want to say I want to keep it auto way, but I want to adjust the end value maybe up to 6 millions. So yeah, it's now up to 6 millions. So it will adjust the space and it will give me the values into 6 millions. So it's up to you how you want to keep it. I want to keep it auto once again. So once again, it will adjust as per my the value space. Now with the values we have in the data set accordingly. Similarly to y-axis, we have the names of our manufacturers. So it is appearing here. So the position is in the left hand side. You want to make it right hand side, something like that. You can change the position accordingly. Plus the color of the text which is appearing for your manufacturer names. I want to increase the size a bit so that it will be a little bit more clearly visible for all of you. Yes, that looks much better now. Okay, and the font family, it's optional. It's up to you choice what font family you follow for your standard projects. So that's okay. The title for that is the manufacturer name. So show title only, and I'm happy with this. And the title color, I want to make it a little bit more, slightly darker grayish, or maybe little bit more darker gray. Yeah. And the size a little bit I'll increase. So this is how you can control it. Okay. So we are done with the accesses part. That looks okay now for me. And now if I go back, go down below, there is a very important property, that is data labels. So if I need to switch on the values here. I'm not getting the values. What exactly? I need to hover my mouse over there and understand what is the value for this particular exact number of value. But what I can do is I can click on data labels to be on. As soon as I do it, it will start showing me the data value. It will start showing me the data value properly for each and every manufacturer. I'm getting the correct data value. And now what I can do is I can go to the data labels once again, and I can make changes in the color. I think my font style color is correct. I'm happy with this, but I'll just increase the size a bit so that it will be more easier for you to understand. That looks okay now, and that everything is looking okay. The data colors, I want to change the style, the color of this chart. So what I'll do is I'll go on to data colors. If you want to make it multicolor, then click on show all. Once again, it will show all of your colors. You can set your colors whatever you want. But instead of doing it manually, it's much better if you want to make it multicolor, put it in the legend section. Okay, but what I want to change, I don't want to make it multicolor. I want to keep it in a single color, but not this bluish color. I'll be more happy with something kind of a little greenish color. Okay, not this one. This is looking a little ugly. Something like this, little bit more darker. Something like this kind of a color. So it looks much better for me now, and it's up to you. The color choice is totally up to you. What do you want to keep? But I'm just telling you how you can control it, how easily you can control it in Power BI. And now we will go to the next one is title, the very important thing. So I'll just say units by, it's automatically correct title, but I think I just write units by manufacturers, my manufacturers. That's fine. I can increase the size a bit to make it more understandable. Place it in the center. Okay, that looks okay. The background color of the chart is already color good. I don't want to change it. So if you want to make some changes, you can change the color from here and set the transparency. But that looks okay to me, so I'm not going to hit it. These are static properties. These are common properties which will be there for each and every. It is common for each and every chart. Some of the properties will be different based on the chart what you are selecting. Some of the properties are common, but like for example, background, borders. Okay, these are common properties which will be available for each and every chart. I want to place a border for my chart. Right now, I don't have any border for it, but I want to place a border for it. So I'll go to my chart and click on border on, and I'll set the border color something little bit dark grayish, and the radius of border is little bit somewhere around 2. It will be easy for everyone to understand this chart now. And later on, we can easily place it. And one more thing which I wanted is I want each values to be a little bit more with the size and this chart, this axis title as well, because this is not clearly visible. So I'll go to x-axis once again. And what I'll do is I'll change the color is okay, but I'll set the text size, increase the text size a bit, so I can see it in a more better way. And plus the title of the chart, the title of the axis, sorry, it's auto, that's fine, but the text size I'll increase a bit of units. Now that looks much better, and that is okay. No problem with this. So that's done. We are ready for the first chart. Now, what I want next thing is, the next thing I want to see is my revenue by manufacturers as well. I want to see the revenue as well by the manufacturer. So as I told you, you can either use a clustered column chart or a bar chart for this purpose for a better understanding. So at this time I'll use a clustered column chart instead of my bar chart, and I'll place it here. Okay, to just properly, I'll drag it a bit. It looking. And now I'll put my revenue inside this time, and what I want manufacturer wise revenue. So that looks beautiful, and that's fine. Or what you can do for easily purpose, because if we need to keep the same formatting for this chart as well, we need to keep the same kind of formatting for this chart as well. So instead of doing it once again, what we can do is we can just copy paste this chart. So Control C, Control V. What I'll take this chart here. I'll adjust it a bit, and then what I'll do is, first of all, I'll convert it into a column chart, and inside the value field section, I'll remove the units. Instead of that, I'll put the revenue. So that makes it much easier and faster for me to adjust. Okay, instead of creating a new chart once again, it is making with thick, faster values for me to understand. So that looks much better and easy because the formatting is same. You need to do make some changes in the formatting. Once again, click on the chart, go to your paintbrush button, and start formatting whatever formatting you want. Okay, that looks cool to me, so I don't want any changes. The next thing what I want is I want to create a tree map. So for example, I am selecting the name of my manufacturers, but this time I want to, by default, if I'm just selecting the name of manufacturer, it will give me a table here on my visualization panel. It will create a table. But yes, I want to convert it into a tree map. So I'll go here and convert it into a tree map. So we'll find the tree map appearing here. So click on that. It will convert it into a tree map. Now we need to select the revenue as per each manufacturer. We'll click on revenue. That's a beautiful chart. The tree map is one of the beautiful chart given in Power BI. And the reason why I like it, because it's very simple to understand from. Simplest of the point is, as bigger the units, the number of units, the revenue for each manufacturer, it is so simple to understand from bigger size. As it will the revenue will reduce, it will start making up small rectangles in the chart. So it makes it very good looking and very simple to understand. So if I have a look on these value section here, in the group section, it automatically placed my manufacturer field, and in the value section, it has selected the revenue. If I want, I can select more deeper. I can go for units as well. So it will add the number of units as well in the chart. Okay, one more field as per number of units. So if you hover the mouse, you will find the revenue. To click on this, let's adjust it a little bit so that it will make a good looking space for us. Okay, and I'll take it here so that we can understand in a better depth. Yeah. So when the option comes of the drill down, we'll understand that in some time. I don't want to put too much in the first time. So that's what the tree map will do. And if we go to the paintbrush button, first of all, the legends are off. You can start the legends. So it will give you the color understanding, which color is following for which kind of manufacturer. So it makes a little bit good, easier understanding for us, this legend option. Second point is the data colors. I don't want to touch it because it's already beautiful. I can see from it very simply that Van Arsenal has the highest revenue. And it makes it very simple to understand. So I don't want to touch them. That looks already very good. If you want to make the changes in the color, you can adjust from here. But that looks cool to me. So there is no problem inside that. The data labels, yes, a very important option. I already told you the data labels. So click on that. It will give you the start putting up the values here. But the label position, I am not happy with the label position, first of all, and the size is too small. So first of all, what I'll do, I'll increase the size a bit. So it will be easy for me to understand. First point. And the secondary point is the display units. It is in by default, it is in billions. If you want to make it changes into millions, you can change according to your requirement. You can make changes to million, thousands, what you want. Okay, so we are keeping it to the billions right now. That looks cool. And the next point is the color of data label. I want to make it little darker. It will be not good. Color is not good. I think the default color was good for this purpose. Yeah, that looks cool to me. And position option is not coming because I think the chart, according to the chart fitting width of the chart, it is setting up the positions. That's okay, not a big deal. And what I'll do is I'll uh, what this category is doing for us. Let's see what this category is doing for us. The category means the category is manufacturer. So we if we off it, it will not show the manufacturer names. Yes, definitely we want to show it for each manufacturer, so it will be easy for the stakeholders to understand. And if you want to adjust the color and all the width of these points as well, you can adjust it from here. Okay, so that's fine. The title is not, I'm definitely not happy with the title. I want to change it by revenue by manufacturer. So that looks okay. And size a bit, I want to increase to 50. Good. Background and all the statical options are always there. The same options which I already told you. So I'm not going to touch on them once again. So I'll hit on border on. I'll just make the border size, border color, something like this. And the width is 2. That's okay. And the last option which I forgot to tell you before as well is shadow. What is shadow will do? Shadow will put a little shadowing color inside your chart. So right now we have off it. So if we go to the Pinterest once again, and if we mark shadow on, and we select the shadow color, a little kind of a grayish in the position I want inside. Same thing I want to do it on this one as well to make it more easier for you to understand. First on it and little grayish. The position is inside. You can see a little of shadow appearing here. So it's up to you. You want to keep the shadow on or off as per your requirements of your report. You need to select it. Just a demo purpose, I'm telling you how it helps, how the shadow works. Okay. Sometimes it makes a very good look. So it's better to keep it. Great. Very good. So now the next thing is I just want to create one more chart before we move into the other images. Definitely, sometimes we need to see static numbers. We want some static visuals. Now, if we talk about static visuals, what are they? Like something a card. I can see a card. I can see a Q&A section where I can where we have the static things. So, for example, I want to go for a card. What the reason for showing for a card? To go for a card. The reason is I don't want to see it main character. I just want to see, okay, what's the total revenue and how many total number of units have been sold. That's it. We are categorizing them by different ways. We are categorizing it by units by manufacturer, and I forgot to change the chart title here. It should not be units, it should be the revenue. So we should change it to revenue by manufacturer. That looks good. Okay. And these two are almost going same. So what we can do is we can have instead of manufacturer here, what we can place is we can place from the product table. I want to place the category. I want to see the category by sales, and I'll definitely change my title, and I'll change the title to revenue by product category. So I'll just go here, revenue by product category. Very simple to understand that most of the sales we have in the urban section, in the urban category, most of the sales of our percentage we have in the urban section. And one more very important thing, guys, if you go here in the tooltip, you can see I'm finding the category and the name of category and the total revenue generated by for that particular category. But if you want to add some more thing in the tooltips, you can go here and add some extra points as well, what you wanted to show in the tooltip. Okay. So for example, a moment. I want to show, but for that I have to create a measure first. For that, little bit text is required. So just give me some time. I'll definitely tell you what my point was. I want to showcase, okay, how much total percentage of total revenue has been generated for urban category, how much total percentage for rural category, and how much total percentage for mixed and youth category. So for that, we'll need a measure here. So we'll create using text in some time. But right now it looks okay to me. I don't want to change the colors of all that, and that looks fine. So that leave it for some time, and that looks cool. So now what I want is I want to, as I was telling you, I want to showcase the total revenue and total number of units sold. That's it. So what I'll do is instead of putting it in any chart, what I'll just do it, I'll select card chart. I'll select a card visual here, the static visual. Okay, it is not categorized by anything, and I want to see the total revenue. That's it. It's 4.91 billion, and beautifully we can just display it to the stakeholders that the total revenue is 4.91 billion, and the total number of units sold. Sorry, and the total number of units sold. Let's convert it into a card as well. Are 11 millions. Okay, so let's adjust it a bit to make it good looking and easier to understand. Yeah. Yes, I want to put some little bit formatting on these two as well. What I'll do is I'll go here and I'll say first of all title on. Yes, I'll say my total revenue. Okay, and I'll say here the total units. Total units. That's good. And what extra thing I want is I want to put there is not too much formatting inside this. I'll keep the border on. The color of border is same, and the radius is 2. Same thing for this one as well. I'll keep the border on, and the color of make it 2, and the color is something little grayish. Keep the shadow on as well. The color is something like this, and the position is inside. Same thing for this as well. Keep mark the shadow on this and inside. That looks now cool to me. That's okay, and little bit more size adjusting. As I already told you before, that we have the charts already connected with each other. If you want to see one more point before I move ahead, one more point is if you want to change the type, how the value is showing. So the data label and go to the units decimal. By default it's into decimal. Sorry, the by default it's into decimal, and you want to the display unit. Sorry, yeah, that's what my point. So the display units, you want to change it to 1,000, you can change it to thousands or maybe millions. So millions as per your requirements. So I'm more happy with the million because I want the both the things into the same category. So into millions. So that is much better. Great. As I told you before, I hope you remember that in the initial half when we were discussing, as I told you that the charts are automatically interacting with each other as well. These values are automatically interacting with each other. So if I say, okay, I'm interested to see everything for maybe this Van Arsedal manufacturer. So what I'll do is I'll just select Van Arsedal. It will filter the data in all the charts, whatever we have on the canvas right now into my report. It is filtering the data for each and every each for Van Arsedal manufacturer. So I can see it is highlighting this. This definitely this is the sales for Van Arsedal. Okay, this is the total revenue for the Van Arsedal. This is the total number of units sold by Van Arsedal, and you can see the values here as well, and you can find out the values here as well. So if you need to clear the filter, just select it once again. Click on that once again, it will be gone. Great. But now I'm okay with this, but there is some point inside my mind as we have created a small little report here, but there are some lot of questions in my mind. When the values are too much, it's very difficult for my stakeholders to understand how to filter out the reports. For example, what they want is they want to see, okay, I'm happy with this, but what they want to see is top 5 manufacturers or maybe top 3 manufacturers. Who are the top 3 manufacturers as per number of units sold or as per revenue? For that, what we can do? The top 3, bottom 3. How we get this? So for that, there is a beautiful option given as a filter pane here. So let's understand what is this filter pane. See, whenever we create any visual, and we click on that visual once again, automatically that field will be added to your filter visual, the filter in the filter section. So if I will select anything out of this, if I'll go to revenue and if I'll select anything out of this is greater than a particular value, what it will do, it will apply onto this filter only. It will apply that onto this filter only. But I'm okay with this, but I'm not interested in only in this. What I am interested in, I'm more interested to apply a filter on this page, and maybe a filter which will apply onto all the pages, which will slowly create in the report. So we have three categories in the filter. The first one is whenever we select any visual, it automatically has the filter applied with the name of visual. It automatically has with the two fields here, which we have in this visual, the manufacturer name and the revenue name. So if we go here and if we go to advanced filtering at the top end, and inside top end, it's very simple for me. Show me the top three manufacturers. Show me the top three. Just a moment. Not this one, sorry. Not because this is a manufacturer. So it will not work out in this way. For revenue, I want to see for revenue, I want to see top three. So for that, what we can do is we can click on there and we can set the filters. Okay. So I just need to showcase. Leave it for a moment. What I wanted is I wanted to show you to apply a filter for the whole page. I want to see whenever I want to see top three, I'll get top three. Whenever what I want to see. So what I'll do is I'll put this manufacturer name into my filter onto the whole on this page. I want to see manufacturers on this page. Okay, so when I select data from any of the manufacturer, it will filter first of all into all the visuals. That's a cool thing. It is filtering the visuals for each and every visual whenever I'm selecting anything. Okay, one thing. Secondary point. Okay, we instead of basic filtering, if we go for advanced filtering, because the advanced filtering it's a text value. So in the advanced filtering, we'll get contains option. Does not begins with, does not contain. So I want to see all the filters which all the manufacturer names which starts with maybe let's say B. Okay, just apply filter. Click on apply filter. It will just show me these two are the manufacturers which are starting from V. So kind of like formatting in which we apply in SQL. Okay, like operator which we apply in SQL. So there are number of things which we can do it here because it's a text field. So there are a lot of options. Start with, contains, does not contain, does not start with, is for exactly matching the value, is not, is blank. A lot of options are there. Accordingly, you can go and filter out. If you move back to the basic filtering, first of all, to clear the filters, what you need to do is you need to click on this to remove the filters. Sorry, you need to click on this, and for the clearing the filter, you need to click on this button. So whatever filter has been applied, it will clear it. So click on this, it will be gone. To remove the filter, to remove this field from filtering, you will click on this cross mark. It will be gone. And now, if you go back to your basic filtering, it will allow you to select multiple values for which you want to see. I want to see for Burba, and I want to see for Pharma, and I want to see for Selvus. So for these three manufacturers, I want the data, or maybe Victoria as well. So for these four manufacturers, I am getting the exact correct data, what I wanted. You want to clear it, just go and clear it in one go. Done. Great. I'll apply one more filter. What that? The number of units. As per my number of units. Okay. Inside that, we have advanced filtering and is less than, but we want to see for the top functions. That is not coming. Let me show you why. Just a moment. It's okay. And maybe we need to check the data type for that purpose. But yes, we can have a fixed category here. I want to see that, okay, I want to see all those values which are less than maybe 1 million. So we can say 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 1 crore, 10 lakh, 1 crore, and 1 million. So if we apply the filter, we will showcase all the values which are less than 1 million. We don't have anyone. We apply something like 2 millions or maybe 3 millions. We apply the filter. We start filtering the data as per the values what you have. Okay, I can increase one more zero to check out. So the values which are less than for from this value, it will showcase all of them. You can put multiple conditions as well using and or. So that will help in this way. So we'll need to discuss some more points about this filtering, which we will complete in coming some time. We'll be talking about the top. We need to find out the top and the top 3, top 4, and all that stuff. We'll do that. And we'll talk about when we create multiple pages to apply a single filter, which will work on multiple pages in one group. We'll talk about this option as well, filters on all pages. Okay. So what I want right now is to clear all the filters, what I have been applied, and I'll remove that as well. So what I want from you now is to start creating the reports, work on the visuals. We'll first talk about in the coming part of this module. We'll first talk about the more about the filtering part, and then we'll look about on all these available options of visuals, and we'll start importing the other visuals as well in the report. So go ahead and practice till here. Thanks.